Good Monday morning on the mic with M&T.
Deuces, how y'all doing? Before we start, been on a little hiatus, vacation, holidays, that kind of stuff. Had a little break, but we're back, fully back.
In other words, we're on a good welcome back episode.
Yes,
Let's go with that.
yes.
All right, and today we're going to be talking about the actual role the father plays in the child's life.
Okay.
Kind of wanted to speak on this because I think someone sent it to me and maybe my DM or Facebook message or something like that. And someone was speaking about the difference between the mom and dad in the child's life. Whereas a woman tends to have a more nurturing role, she's more present in a kid's life. And a father, he's present, but he doesn't necessarily have the same role in the child's life. And I absolutely agree to that, just based off of my own upbringing. My father was very present in my life, but he certainly didn't play the same role my mother played.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He was the guy who kind of told you to get up in the morning, but he never quite came in your room to wake you up. Right? You just kind of yelled it out, Tamara, get up. And, you would just, you're up. My mom, Tamara, get up. Tamara, it's time to wake up. Hey, Tamara, you still not up? Good. Tamara, still get up.
Yes.
Now it's time to get up. Okay, I'm up now. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Mom. Yeah, right? Mom kind of had more time for you, and she kind of entertained your shenanigans. Whereas Dad was so much less hands-on. He did his own thing. And everybody who was there present was okay with Dad doing his own thing. The weird part about that dynamic is how a lot of people are parenting children today in separate households.
Oh.
So today we see the children who go to the parents' house on the quote-unquote weekends, right? Or they do the 3 days on, 4 days off type of thing. And so now you see the father's positioned in a different role.
Yes.
And I'm always curious, like, what are you doing with Dad all week? Like, all weekend long? Does he have a new, like, family there? Because, like, I couldn't imagine sitting in the house all weekend long with my dad. Like, first of all, isn't he at work? My dad just works all the time. Holidays, weekends, it didn't really matter. My mom was the one who made sure she took the time off from work, make sure she never worked on the weekends, just so that she'd be there to entertain the kids, prepare the food for the cookouts, take us to the beaches on the weekend.
True.
And Dad showed up because he kind of just got off of work and, he kind of just jumped in the car. And, he's Dad. He could just
Show up.
Yeah, he could just be present when he could be present, and this time was always the best. But what are you doing now if you're really a single father? There's so many of them.
There's a lot of them, but the first thing for me is when you get into that type of relationship, when you have kids, you have to kind of, in the beginning, know what the plan is for this kid. Like the mom's gonna have a particular way of seeing about raising the kid. The father's gonna have a particular way. So the first thing y'all gotta do is goddamn talk about it. You're just gonna say, "Well, I hope that he's doing this," and he said, "I hope she's doing that."
When he goes over there,
Yeah,
I hope he's doing
I hope
X,
she's
Y.
doing
but
that.
it's not even your business.
It isn't.
And generally speaking, when we've gone our separate ways, I don't even want you to know what I'm doing in my home.
Well, and you know what? This is what I'm gonna say this to the camera. This is why in one of our earlier episodes, be careful who the fuck you have kids by. Because if you don't, you had kids by the wrong son of a bitch, man or woman, you're going to run into situations like this. So again, be careful who you open them legs up to and who you get the positive from. Now, back to the discussion. When you get to that point, you have to understand as a father that there's a certain things that is expected of you. You have to be the disciplinarian, or at least someone that can, because kids will play against the other. Like, mom don't give you that leeway, daddy gonna give me that leeway. I can go over this, I'll do anything. You can go to this house, stay up late at night.
Yes.
Eat dinner anytime you want to, brush your teeth, don't
Whatever.
care.
Right.
The mom, she has rules.
Absolutely.
Get your ass in bed about 9, 10. You better have your room clean. You better do all this. Kids play on that. So they're like, it's fun to go to dad because dad don't give a shit. Dad probably tired, probably, whatever. I just want to be your friend and do anything.
Because I only kind of get to see you for the weekend. So if I lean on you, I might not see you again. But you're the disciplinarian.
That's the thing that you have to get an understanding of early. You can't. That's not something that you once you separate, then you try to figure it out. You have to say, okay, we ain't working out. I'm gonna have the baby whatever time. You're gonna have whatever time. And it's kind of like, I don't know what's going on in your house. I don't really know. I don't really want to care what's going on in your house, to be honest, because I'm already mad that somebody else is in your house, and it's not me.
You are. Right.
I'm pissed off anyway by that. So I don't really give a shit. All I know is that certain things better not happen around my kid. Don't bring a whole bunch of dudes around there. Don't be doing nothing illegal.
Look at you parenting in my house.
Yes.
Look at you parenting in my house. Isn't that cute?
Listen, because what's going to happen, in my head, certain things, I don't want my kids seeing no crazy shit over at your house.
It's your version of crazy stuff.
My version of crazy. Because I'm expecting
you already knew my family was crazy from the beginning, so our versions of crazy been...
Exactly. So I'm expecting you got your crazy mama coming over here, your crazy daddy coming over there, some of your crazy ass cousins coming over there. I don't want my kid influenced by that bullshit. So I just want to make sure that you monitor that.
But what can you do about it?
I really can't do anything about it.
Do nothing.
What you know what I'm gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. The baby comes. How's over at mama house? Because the baby gonna tell me everything. Your mama, she feeding you all right? Hey, your clothes are a little short. What's wrong? Your mama ain't taking you shopping? No, she said, come over. You gonna take me shopping? So, why she say that? She said, cause you always take me shopping. And you think myself, damn, I gotta pay child support. I gotta buy clothes and all that stuff. Okay, as a parent, as a man, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do what I gotta do because my baby ain't gonna want for nothing. I want my place to be the fun part. I wanted her to have she to have fun here all the time. Fun.
Okay.
Put all kinds of sugar in her, him or her. Then ship her ass right back to you, high as a kite. Just jump from side to side. And then you're like, bitch, that's what you get. God damn, you want to leave me, don't you? And then the child support and all this bullshit. She gonna tell you, he or she gonna tell you every day, I have fun over daddy's house. Now, what daddy should be doing is this. He has to establish some sort of discipline for the kid. You know that you have to be the person who established that. Because I don't know what's going on in mama house, and again, I don't really give a damn. But there's certain things I expect you to do when you're in my house. Certain ways I'm gonna treat you. I'm gonna teach you certain things. And it depends if it's a boy or girl. For a girl, it's very important. Both is important, but girls are really important because really, that's the first male role model that you have.
Absolutely.
Is your father.
Absolutely.
So that dictates every guy from that point on. You basically said, oh, my daddy never did this. And as a guy,
that expectation
is huge. So as a father, I'm going to take my daughter and get her nails done. I'm going to take her out and buy her a dress. I'm going to show her where to eat and how to eat. I'm just not going to drop off at McDonald's. Let's go get a Happy Meal, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to start teaching her. I'm going to start training her how to be, basically how people should treat her, how men should treat her. That's my job as a father for my daughter. Because again, if I don't do that and I'm a deadbeat dad or I'm not around, then where does she get it from? That means she gets it from her mama house, whoever those role models are, uncles, whoever.
Right.
So now they have more influence than I have. So I can't allow that to happen. So I have to be part of her life, which means I have to set aside my ego and say, don't care what's going on in mama house, but when you come here, you should know that you're going to learn. I'm going to teach you.
So let's have the scenario where a guy has weekend visitations, right? It's the only parenting time in the home while the child is present. I remember my father would go on the road and he'd be in another state.
Oh, really?
And I'm laughing because I remember getting in trouble over the phone.
Oh.
Like, how many times did my mother pick up the phone? She told on me.
Oh yeah.
She told on me several times. And I'm like, sir, first few years, like, now I'm in trouble, right? Because now, and then he's screaming at me on the phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in my feelings. I'm in trouble, right? But after a while, it's like, what you gonna do? You out of town, right?
That's what you think. See, that's what you think.
And then one day I got in trouble over the phone, right? And I said something slick out my mouth. I had to.
Oh.
I had to do it because I was that age. Let's say that's the only reason why I had to do
and see,
it.
you there
I had to try him.
That were you
I
the teens, early teens?
I was good teens. I was good independent teens too.
Oh.
I was good independent teen age. Yes. Okay.
Oh Lord.
And he said, Tamara, I'm gonna be there. When I get there, I promise you. I said, oh yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh no. You challenge it.
No, he challenged me first.
Oh.
See, I see. That's the teenage thought process, right? Somehow your father challenged you, right?
No.
It was me. It was all me. It was all me. Let me tell you.
Oh, I know it didn't go well.
I think it was about 8 p.m. that phone call took place. That man showed up at 11:15. That means he was on his way there to me when I was trash talking him. He had been on his way up there. Just led me to believe he was doing what he normally does.
No.
I tried to hold my own. I said, I'm sorry, Daddy, but, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't sorry. That's number one. Because I said what I said.
And he knew he wasn't. He knew you weren't sorry, too. So, come on now. He knew you weren't sorry. Come on now. He
said you tried me because I did.
Yes,
I did. It was my time to try him, but we had a relationship to where when I did try him, he definitely could check that.
Oh, he gonna check it. And see, based on the year, if I go back to when I was a teenager and you were acting a fool, and all they had to do is say, "Oh, you said that? What did he do? He didn't do this. Didn't do." He didn't trash outside. He didn't clean his room. He didn't clean the bathroom. All I heard was like, then to me, as an 11-year-old, oh, Lord, I'm going to get my ass whipped. Because now you're looking at a man who's been outside. Prime example, it's July. He outside. He used to work out the road.
Yep.
So he out there in 100-degree weather, moving asphalt, moving all kinds of shit, sweating so much that you got to hang the belt out to dry. So the last thing he wanted to hear is this Negro is acting a fool in the house. Yeah. He don't want to make no bed. He don't dump the trash.
Basic chores. Basic things. Yeah. Easy stuff.
And your ass out there. Yeah. And your ass out there with tar going down the road, stripping down the road, 100-degree weather, 150-degree with the damn little roller they out there. Just putting on that.
Manual labor. And
you're talking that you don't want to dump the goddamn trash.
Yep.
He already going to whip your ass. But he think about how bad you can whip your ass. He thinking like, I'm going to take this wet-ass belt, and I'm going to, and it's going to be good soak, sweat. It's going to be soaking sweat. He'll be able to hang that shit, and you just see the water drip out the belt. I'm going to take that belt, I'm going to beat that ass. Now, you at home, you're like, oh, he ain't remember that. He working.
Yeah.
And then, your mom going to beat your ass. Then you're like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Until you get home. And then I heard all that shit that was going on. You want to take trash outside? All you get your mouth, but what? I'm out here in 125,000-degree weather, sweating like a goddamn slave, and try to put food in your damn mouth. You don't work. Right. Roof over your head. Right. You don't pay no goddamn rent or mortgage in here. And you acting a fool. You can't take the goddamn trash from upstairs, outside, and right there you can look out the door and see it. All of a sudden, the bell already coming out. And you can't explain shit. Why? Because you're like, oh.
It's been passed.
Now he can't. He been wanting to whip somebody's ass all day long. And now you give him a reason to whip your ass. Yep. And the ass whipping you got, I used to get those legendary ass whippers where I think I saw Jesus. The devil at the same time. I didn't know where I was going. I think I was in purgatory. Wow. I was like, oh, Lord, stars. Jesus said that with the the gates wide open. And then devil down there was hot, and he said, "Come with me, son." I'm like,
You ain't
"What
know
the
which
hell?"
way to go.
I didn't know which way to go.
Right,
the pain was going through my head. I was trying to scream. Ah! I could barely get that out. I was rolling around the floor and every goddamn thing. But that belt was still coming down. You ever been hit so hard that when they hit you with the belt, the sweat come out the belt?
Hell no. No,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, see, you learn that lesson. You learn a lesson.
No, See, we used to go outside and have to rake the leaves if we in trouble.
Shit.
Go clean the pool. Go do something manual labor, something man-manish. That's number one. Yeah. Nah, because, you're a girl. Like, how much beating they going to be doing on you as a girl?
And you're right. For boys, you would get your ass smoked.
Yeah.
For a girl, they wouldn't beat you per se. That'd be up to mama.
Yeah, and how much, first of all, even me as a mom, how much spanking and beating on, first of all, I'm not beating on no teenagers. You know how exhausting that is for me to have to spank the kids? I gotta find some other way to punish you as opposed to, because when I beat you, I darn near beat myself.
Well, see, today's kids are different.
Now. Yeah, they different because the mamas is different. So have us beat the hell out of ourselves trying to beat them kids.
See, we ain't gonna do that now. Take your damn phone, take your damn games from you, stay off the internet.
Yeah.
Sit in the corner.
I like mine to sit right next to me and read aloud. I love books. Come read next to mama.
That's the worst.
Yeah, that's the worst. Teenage boy got to sit there and read next to mom.
God damn.
Probably something lame
Is a car or I can change? Can I go outside and cut a tree down?
Come sit right next to me.
And read a book?
Yeah.
See, and that's the difference between the progression or evolution of fatherhood. Back in the day, they put hands on you constantly.
Yeah.
And you kind of, when you grow up, you're like, listen, I can't, I'm not going to put my kid through that because I can't.
Those generational differences.
God damn, yes, I can't take it. I mean, there's nothing worse than getting your ass whipped during the summer. See, during the warm months, maybe a little, warm up a little bit. It hurt, a little sting. Yeah, you're like,
kind of, mama, I wake up, you all hungry in the night. You can eat good and slept good.
See, that's different. That's different.
That was different.
But in the summer months, they hit you so you come even more hotter.
Yeah.
So now you sweating.
Now you fainted. You didn't go to sleep. You just passed out.
I remember one time, girl, I got whipped so bad, I pissed myself. I thought it was sweat. It hit me. It was like off guard because it was talking, and all of a sudden I thought she was over. I was like, you know what?
Up again, so you thought it was the sweat.
Yeah,
Didn't cool off too fast.
Yeah, girl, listen, y'all. I was 10 years old. I was running off my mouth talking about, I want that. You ain't getting that. Oh, I want that.
Yeah, not today.
And you know the look. You ain't getting it.
Say it again.
And you're like,
that's what that look meant. Say it one more time.
And you're like, I'm gonna get that. So then, at that point, shut the hell up. I'm standing in line, still mumbling to myself.
Love the mumbles.
Get out to the goddamn car. Grandpa sitting in the car. Mama said, "You acting a fool in the store." You acting a fool in the store. Well, I wanted. No. Did she tell you wasn't gonna get it? Yeah, but I wanted it. You getting loud? No, I ain't getting loud. Then that little 10-year-old, I said, I ain't getting loud. Maybe I did. Yeah, I wanted it though. I wanted it.
They challenged them.
Got out the car. Got Deuce and Quarter. Back in the day, that big ass car. Get the car. Got the car. And before I realized it, normally it'd be a conversation like, you kind of brace yourself like, you're gonna get it. Yeah. You're gonna say, how am I gonna hit me? Before I realized he had the belt was off. So I was standing. So you ain't gonna talk about it. Slap my leg. All of a sudden, my leg got hot. I said, oh shit, I pissed myself. I said, oh Lord. He's like, that piece of, boy, I know you ain't fucking piss yourself. So I start crying. I said, you made me pee myself. You made me pee myself. Good God mercy. Oh no. He gonna go out there and they always had some goddamn towel, some shit down there. He was so goddamn, piss your goddamn self. Take your goddamn pants and drawers off. Had me wrapped around a goddamn blanket, cussing the whole time up the road. Down the road.
You peed on yourself on your own.
Peed on myself. Yeah. So you sitting there, and then we gotta go a couple more stores. So I'm sitting in a hot ass car with a goddamn blanket wrapped myself with my pissy ass drawers and and shorts in the back of the goddamn car,
stinking
and
up
I'm
the whole
mad.
place.
You made me piss myself.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, you made you piss yourself because you should act a fool in the store. Cause and effect. Your cause affected your ass.
Mumbles affected.
Why you pissed yourself? And at that point, I said, I can't keep doing this shit because they're getting slick with it. Before I could warm up and like, oh, I'll take this.
He was almost ready for it.
That shit hit me and it just my arm had cool bumps on, but I wasn't cold. I said,
You was cold up top, hot down below.
I was really warm down below.
Coming on down. Yeah.
So I was like, I can't do this shit. So that stuck with me. I said, I ain't beat my kid. This is some bullshit right here. I mean, something smack my kid and he pissed himself, then what? Now I got to deal with that situation. And I wasn't traumatized.
I would hope you'd have, the next generation, you would have a spare set of clothes for your child as opposed to a blanket. I'm just saying, you're going to upgrade. You already know when you slap them, you're going to slap the piss out of them.
I said, God damn.
Get some wipes and some alcohol.
Something. But back then, you was stuck with that. It ain't nothing worse than pissy on a summer day.
That's summer day in the back of the car. That joker was cooking it up.
And then, on top of all that shit, then I had to go home and wash the goddamn blanket and the damn drawers and stuff.
Oh, yeah, because
I had to wash it. Go to hang that shit out there on the line.
It was all your
hot ass summer day. I'm out there and people probably saying, what the hell's he? Oh, the older people say, oh, yeah, he got his ass whipped. Yeah. That's why his drawers hanging up there. He got his ass whipped.
Yeah, he said something crazy.
Mm-hmm. But see, the days, you can't do that today. Well, you can, but, kids today, you better not
come back to your house after you spank them. Can you spank your weakened child?
Well, you know what?
I'm just wondering if you can spank your weakened child. The child that you see, I shouldn't have said it like that. I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, if your
kids that I want to know.
Well, if your kid is the next coming of Damien, if he's Lucifer's son, and that little son bitch come up there, he calls some shit, you gotta choke that little son bitch out because obviously he's expressing something. So if he's in my house. I'm like, listen, I'm going to tell him one time. Yeah. No, you can't do this. The moment he said, Mama, let me suck. First of all, you ain't in Mama's house. You're in my house. Yeah. I have rules.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do this or I ain't come back. Well, first of all, we ain't going to have that discussion about you ain't come back because they're going to mouth off at you. I ain't got to come here on weekends. Yeah, you do. Because my ass paid for that shirt. I paid for your drawers and the food.
You coming to pick them up.
Yeah.
And
here's what I'm also going to do. Mm-hmm. I'm also going to buy his clothes. I'm going to keep his shit there. I'm not going to send that shit home. Because you know why? Because me as a father going to think every time this little person come to me, shit's too tight for him, shoes hurting the feet. They got the shoes like Martin had an air whack when the damn shoes all, had toes all crunched up like this. Kid coming to my daddy, my foot hurt. My foot hurt. I'm still wearing these shoes. I'm thinking, them shoes don't fit your ass. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what she's trying to do. I ain't giving enough money, so put all your tight shit on and go to your daddy's house so he can buy you some clothes and maybe he'll bring them clothes back. But my daddy said, no, hell no.
Send back with the same tight clothes?
I'm going to put them same tight ass clothes on and ship his ass back. Hey, tell your mom, tell her take some of that money that I send to her and buy you some shoes. And if she got a problem with that, I don't know what to tell her. Because here, and I'm going to take pictures and show it too. So take pictures, show your mom. So you got a new pair of Jordans. Got some Yeezys over here. Got all that stuff. I'm gonna make it so when you come here, it's like I'm going to daddy for the weekend. I'm gonna have a good time because the other thing, I'm gonna take care of him, take care of the child, feed him right. I'm gonna make sure that when they go back home, you're gonna tell you, and I did this, and daddy did this, and blah 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 blah.
But
blah, blah, blah.
Is that the role of the father? Is that the proper role of the father in the child's life?
Okay, now
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Now, to be honest, there's the type of dad he is. Either he's I call him the vengeful dad. Who basically is mad because y'all ain't together no more. He got to pay child support, so he gonna try every little way to get back at you. So he gonna make sure that he do little things when the kid's with them, so he can just go back and say, look how good daddy living.
Yeah,
look
now
how
you get to see the good version of him that I had sat around and waited on for all that time. I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, treat him like a prince. Thank you.
And I'm sending him back. I'm saying, here, put your clothes, all your stuff back and going back. So that's the vengeful one. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were lucky enough and it was a good dude, he knows that, listen, I have to be able to teach you the things your mama can't teach you. Mm-hmm. And it depends on if it's a girl or a boy. If it's a girl, I want to make sure that you just don't accept any guy to say anything to you. he just don't say something to you like.
But don't you teach me the stuff my mom can't teach me also as a man? Like, there's a few things that I would assume.
Yeah,
like, teach me some things that I need to know how to kind of do some things with a screwdriver a little bit.
You're gonna do that too, because
don't teach me too much though. Like, don't be trying. I ain't trying to be no builder now.
Well, see,
but
you should learn how to change a tire. And please,
and how to ask for help when a tire needs to be changed.
Yes, because if you don't know, then you're like, okay, I may have to ask for this, or if I don't have.
I can know how to change a tire, but physically, can I get that tire off?
Well, of course, if you're
keeping it real,
if you're 4'11" and like 95 pounds, you probably gonna need some assistance.
Yeah.
But if you're 350 and looking like Precious, I pretty much think you'd be able to change a tire.
You should be able to get it off
easily.
But either way, I'm still a damsel in distress.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you should be able to handle yourself both ways. Do it and ask for assistance.
Yeah.
The other thing is how to carry yourself. The one thing I'm not going to have as a girl, if I'm raising a young lady, you're not going to come to my house with no hoochie shit on. We're not having that hoochie shit. You ain't putting no hoochie shit. You ain't have your ass hanging out. You have your titties hanging out. You ain't gonna have.
My mother bought me all of those items.
Your mom was a skank too, so that's why. That's why I'm trying to change you from being the skank your mama is. So I don't want you to be a skank like your mama. So I'm gonna teach you how to be a little princess, so you can go out there and be able to carry yourself such a way that people ain't look at you.
A little
skank.
more polished.
Yes.
More polished.
Yeah, not skankish.
Okay. So my mom
don't raise skanks. It's not a good thing.
My mom let me have the pink hair, but you was like, "Nah, calm that down."
And you know what? I'm gonna let you have the pink hair because that's you expressing yourself.
Okay.
But I'm not.
My halter top was not me expressing myself.
Listen,
I didn't have on no makeup. My father did not have to take away all the halter tops. I just want to let y'all know that right now.
Well,
I had on one, and he said, "You know what? Go bring me all of them."
Yes, you're not gonna go out there like that. Yeah, you're not. No, I don't give
yeah, we did. Yeah,
and you gonna go back and take that shit back.
We all had like matching, like coordinating situations, but I had to have a halter top because that's how mine's coordinated. My sister picked it out. I'm just saying, it was fierce. Okay,
I bet you it was
black and red, army fatigue. We did that. Just for the record, we did that. Okay.
Wow.
I don't know how we got out of the house to get to the mall to take that picture. Okay. We went out again. My mother was like, "Girls, let's go somewhere, PD Plaza. Let's go out, do something. And I was like, "Bye, Daddy," because I love my father. Right? I was like, "Bye."
Oh, no. Oh, no. And then he came out and said, "Bye." What the hell?
Samir. Which one? That's my mom's name, too. So right in that moment, you can always tell who he's talking to based off the tone, though. I hit him with which one? Because I'm fine. Yeah, I'm on my way out the door.
Oh, the hell you ain't.
Fabulous.
Nope. You're going to take your ass and march back upstairs, get something that's covering them biddies.
Everything about you. Give me that shirt. And give me all the shirts that look like it. Hurry up. And my father sees half my wardrobes, half my life. Yeah, because that's his job.
That's his job to protect you from you.
And so, to me, there's a small part of me that feels like it was also my mother's job to buy those items too, because she's like, we're not going to sneak this, right? And a woman's body is beautiful, right? And if you don't play around with the cutesy stuff to a certain extent when you're younger, you kind of do too much when you're older, just in a lot of people's situation. And so from my mother's background, what she had seen, she was like, no, whatever my girls want, to a certain extent, we'll entertain it. And whatever my dad don't, whatever your father don't approve of, you'll find out. Because they lived in the same household.
Yes, he will find out.
Right?
Yes.
But the difference nowadays, the very idea if I didn't live with my dad or my father had no presence there, then what would have happened?
See, that's why he has to stay connected. That's why the parents have to connect. You may not like each other. You may not even like the situation, but you're working as a team.
Yes, absolutely.
To make sure that you are fulfilling all the holes that's necessary to fill. Because your mom is going to allow you to express yourself.
A little bit different than your father. Because through my eyes, I see the world a little bit different than.
Yes, because I'm looking at you as, it's one thing I'm looking at you as a 5, 6, 7-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But now you're about to 12, 11, 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to grow.
You know who else is looking at her.
Yes.
See, to me, I'm just looking at my daughter like, oh, she coming of age, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. But to you, you're like, oh no,
Oh, hell
all
no.
these nasty men over here gonna be looking and gawking at my daughter.
Because again, we're not gonna look at your face and say, "Oh, she's a little girl." We're gonna look at you from the bottom up, and then a lot from the bottom up, you may say, "Oh man, she," whew. And then you look at her face, "Oh god damn, she's young." But that's what they look at. They're gonna look at you. They ain't gonna look at your face. They're not gonna say, "Oh, she's pretty good," and look down. Or you look at your face, they're not gonna look unless they're perv. But most of them look at your face. Oh, she's young. Keep moving. But I don't even want that to even happen because you put those kind of clothes on. I know they're gonna look at you and say you're a nice person, you're a smart person. They're gonna look at you and say, damn, she look good in them jeans or good in them shorts or whatever. You know, here's an example. Growing up, men would put their girls in their legs up until a certain age. The girls will come to the father and they'll play, you know, the tackle and they'll be on their lap and all that stuff until I would say about 12.
Okay.
Because at 12, to them, it's like, I can't put, you're getting too old to sit on my lap. And there's certainly in your head that you just that wouldn't happen. Because again, you're reaching that point, you're starting to be at another level. Puberty about to kick in. So back then, it was just kind of like, oh, wow, okay, I can't do that. Your boys, you still hug them and all that stuff, but it's just certain things in your head you wouldn't do. Nowadays, don't know if you're single dad, but those things you have to teach. Like, okay, make sure that you ain't just running on somebody and sitting on somebody's lap. Make sure you ain't just going and just hugging any old your uncle such and such. You shouldn't be sitting on at 14. You shouldn't be sitting on your uncle's lap.
Shouldn't be sitting on nobody's lap. I think that's just across the board. Like, why would my 14-year-old daughter be sitting on anybody's lap?
Yes,
anybody's lap. Like,
that's true.
What?
No, you shouldn't be sitting on anyone.
Because if a 14-year-old girl is sitting on somebody's lap, they jaw like bund up. I don't care how old that man is. I'm just put it out there. Like, let's keep it all the way real and 100. Like, she's kind of leaned to the side a little bit. Like, the sitting on the lap is different than sitting on Santa Claus's lap now that there's a 14. Like, 14, like, you're kind of developed a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to say y'all, I want to say us.
Yes.
For a lot of us, we were very developed at even 14. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And again, you know, you go to family unions and stuff. You know, you got you got the uncles.
Yeah.
Girl, you look like your mama. Like, girl, turn around. Let me look at you. God like, damn, girl. Woo, look like your mama. You gonna be a big 'em. Now,
they
why
only gonna say it to certain girls though. Oh,
that's true.
Girls, daddy Ben came for
and
you,
bust him in his chest.
You already know.
Bust him in his goddamn chest.
Children you messing with and whose kids you not messing with.
Yes.
Not Doug's daughters. I'm just
you're gonna get choked up.
Yeah.
So will. Those are things you have to teach your daughter, because again, I don't know how she's living with her mom. But as a male, there's certain things I have to, even though I got 2 days, if I got I got to take a day and just sit down and we eat and we talk, and you have to talk to her. That's the other thing. You have to be comfortable with your child to have a conversation with them, because a lot of times they may just want to come in and have a conversation with you. Sometimes, like, mama always in my ear like this all the goddamn time. If daddy, and you know, you're like, listen, your mama has to do that, and we want what's best for you. The other thing you got to watch out for is they may come and tell you some things that's going on in your house that they don't like. And when you tell you that, you may not like it either. So now as a father, you got to say, she done told me she don't like it. So if I talk to her mama will say, why the hell are you on my business? I'm like, well, your daughter or son didn't like it. So I'm just telling you, they told me. But I don't want that now to become a hindrance, because now if I say something to the mother, now the baby goes back home, and then she got to catch up. Now the kid don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, because now the mom going to sit him or her down and say, let me tell you something right now. Okay? What goes on in my house is my business. Don't you dare go and tell your daddy.
Yep.
And you'll be like, I was on the phone one day and somebody was telling their daughter that. And I was like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. That's abusive. Okay? What are you doing?
Exactly.
It was like, my business is not that man's business. And like, really?
But then if something happens and he or she comes back and tell you, well, this happened over there, you're on that phone calling that.
Because that's my business.
But that,
Nah,
what you just
my
said.
baby over there.
See,
Nah.
you can't have it both ways.
Nah,
See?
got it. That's that double standard.
see, that's that problem. See, and that's why you have to have clear lines of demarcation of there's certain things. Like, here's an example. Let's say that mama smoke weed. I don't smoke weed.
Okay.
And she comes, or he or she comes to my house and say, you know what, Dad, mama smoke a lot of weed.
And they keep making them cough.
Mm-hmm.
Lies.
It messed my asthma
Lies.
up. You know, my asthma up.
Don't call
And
my
then I'm
house
getting
on
contact high. I'm waking up eating Fritos at 3 o'clock in the morning. Your mom always smoking weed. Smoke weed. When I wake up, she smoking weed. When I go to sleep, she smoking weed. I think smoke weed at work. But the house is just a haze in the house all goddamn day. Just high. I'm tired of mama smoking weed all the goddamn time. That's why I come to your house for 2 days so I can get some air.
Can you imagine? How old would this child be?
Let's say a child's like
7. This is a 7-year-old female child. I just want y'all to know this could only be this could only be a female child who is between the ages of 7 to 8 years old. Okay, because that sounds like a girl. I come to your house to breathe, Daddy, just for the weekend. I had to get me some fresh air because Mom
smoking weed all the
every morning. I'm coughing. Like, girl, if you don't go somewhere,
girl, and I'm hot. Because now I'm hot.
Because normally children, see, the problem nowadays with the children is that they don't mind their business.
Very true.
Remember, it used to be like adult business and children business. The kids just in everybody business nowadays. Yeah. And it's weird.
But you allow that to happen. That's the problem.
Yeah,
you
they allow that to happen.
Because if that's the case, I'm mad because why the hell are you smoking weed around the kid?
Yeah, how do the child even know?
Take that shit outside. Sit in your car, hot box. Do something. But don't come in the house. You said, what's that smell? Outdoors.
Kid out there coughing. Move. Go someplace else. That's crazy.
Yes. So now I got a problem. Because now you smoking weed around.
That's my problem. That's in my house.
But you ain't my problem.
What's going on in my house?
Yes, because now my kid high, eyes all red, munchies, coming in and talking about, Dad, you got some chips? What? I just fed you. I'm still hungry. Dad, I'm still hungry. Mama smoking that stuff. She was smoking that in trees, that ooh weed and ill She was doing all that stuff. I'm mad as fuck, y'all, because now I'm having a conversation I should not have. And your ass ain't doing your motherly duties by even handling your business. If you're gonna get high outside. Now I gotta explain to her. Now I have to have a conversation. And now I'm in your business. Because my kid that came in smelling like, the clothes smell like weed.
Wow.
Clothes smell. Cop pulled me over 2 times. Talking about.
She went too far.
Too damn far. I picked the kid up like, damn, I smell weed. Get pulled over a couple times.
She's like all natural though. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
She's like a herbalist.
Yeah, she a herbalist. Right? Yeah, she a weed head. So, and again, I don't care if you do that on your own time. Just don't do it for my baby. So now I got to tell her because what's going to happen is she's going to think that's normal. Oh, mama get high all the time. So when she goes to somebody else's house, oh, mama get high, I can get high. No, I want her to make that decision that because mama's smoking weed, that it's okay. Because you're not going to smoke weed here. Now, I may smoke weed, but you'll never smell it. I make sure that if you're coming on Saturday, I'm smoking from Sunday to Thursday. Come and let Friday the air out, opening doors and all that stuff.
Air outside.
Yeah, so when she comes in, it smells fresh. Like
Mom can't do that. Mom said she can't do that because she has her for all those days. So she has to just live in her truth. That's why a lot of them just date, with their kids.
Well, see, and this is why you have to have some sort of agreement. Whatever you're doing. Again, I smoke weed. I know you smoke weed. Do you not smoke weed till after? Because we both smoke weed. Do you smoke after the fact?
You just said she was a weed head. Now she put parameters when she's smoking.
I have to. Because
it's not
now,
gonna work.
Okay, when we're together, we could smoke as much weed as possible. We could pass out, have a bag of weed, wake up, puff that other bag, and go back to sleep again. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
But now you put a third
a
kid
baby in the middle.
Yeah.
Now you got to have some bit of.
You got to have some clear lines demarcation. I mean, the dog. If you have a dog high, dog eating all the goddamn time. She's a dog can't walk. Stomach touch the ground.
Dog
Why the hell is dog so
now.
fat? I don't need to just eat a lot. No, dog high.
Dog been had the munchies.
Dog got the goddamn munchies. So you got to be clear on that. So I'm going to teach her certain things that you're just not going to be able to teach her. and I have to stay out of my feelings. That's the other thing. As a father, you say I'm here to make sure that I'm giving her the best advice possible, because I want her, no matter what, to know that you can come to dad. Dad is going to take care of you. Dad is going to give you advice.
That statement you just made is very key when speaking about the roles that fathers play, is how they stay out of their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When the male goes to advise you about, anything along the route of life, they can kind of detach themselves from the situation. Whereas the woman kind of puts herself in, she feels your pain.
Yes.
Like, you hurt, I hurt.
Yes.
And you be like, Ma, this is my situation. How are you going through it? Whereas the father's like, listen, I don't know what you're going through right now. I could never relate to that. I didn't go through that myself.
No.
But I can tell you for sure what you won't do and what you shouldn't do, or what you should,
That's all you can do.
Yeah, it's a very different approach even to advice, because of how we just process the emotions different, right? Yeah, I think it's a really key.
It's key. And, if you have a boy, that's even different, even more different, because now you want him to grow up, give him what he needs to be a man.
Yeah.
He may not understand it, but you at least want to give him a foundation. The problem today is a lot of young men, a lot of kids in general don't have that foundation. Because the parents aren't, I'm going to say this, not mature enough to take their emotions out of it and just deal with the situation, deal with the kids. But because now it bring up the old emotion. It didn't work out, and you stuck with her. I mean, if you just deal with the kid is one thing. And you hear, growing up, you used to hear people all the time like, God damn, I wish I could just, if I don't have to deal with her, I don't want to really deal with her. I know situations growing up where people meet everybody meet in the damn grocery store. Like outside, car pulls up, and like there's two people in different, parents and other people, and they exchange the kids. Because the parents hate each other so much, they don't even want to talk to each other.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And it's like, God damn. Yeah. And it's like, you watch it. It's like,
it's a very emotional situation when it don't work out, especially for the woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. First of all, you kind of feel used and like,
why I got to go through all this?
Yeah, and then we doing too much. You don't want to give up any money. No, the woman is hurt. And you want her to detach herself from I do understand, But the thing that kills me is how long it takes for you to because sometimes the children will age out. Yes. You'll be holding on to those hurt emotions about the dad, and the child is going off away to college, and you're still talking about, he ain't coming in this house.
Yes.
We ain't inviting him out to the Olive Garden for this is a public restaurant. He can't come to that.
Nope. Can't
and everybody want to do y'all like just nothing? Yeah.
They want you totally removed because you're
so hurt.
You're hurt. 18 years, 21 years, wherever. If you go to college, you still hurt. That means you are stuck there.
Some power for 21 years. Somebody had that amount of power over you.
Hey, think about it. Yeah, that's a lot of women don't even get remarried. They may have friends, but they don't get remarried. If they say they were,
you never get vulnerable that much.
Nope. But the guy could have multiple kids, move on, and see multiple people, and to him he moves by. Hey. He was mad at, I got a kid by this one. Yeah. But he pretty much detached himself.
A lot of them kind of, detach themselves from the whole situation and kind of just move on.
Exactly.
That's that emotional detachment, though, that y'all are so capable of.
And you know what?
It comes very easy to a lot of men.
You know what? I'm going to say this. We aren't taught to deal with emotion. We're just not. Suck it up. You go fall off a bike, scrape your damn knee up from the top tip of your toe up there to the middle of your thigh and bleed.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
Yeah.
What you crying for? Put a little Macare cone on there, put some iodine on, you be all right. And you sit there, I don't scrape all the meat off my leg.
Yeah.
And I hurt like hell.
Yeah.
But they're telling me, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because you're in the middle of a game or something and you're going to embarrass the dads.
Get the hell up.
Mad if you
I ain't raised back in the day, I ain't raised no sissy. And again, that in your head is like, well, I ain't supposed to feel no emotion. I'm supposed to pain. All I'm supposed to let that go.
The
With
kids
everything.
told me that their leg could be on the other side of the soccer field, and the dads would be yelling out, "Don't cry, you fine, get up, walk it off." They said their leg could be detached, and dad would be screaming out, "You fine, walk it off."
Yes,
Just
yes.
for the leg, dad.
Doesn't matter. You come little sucker out here, make my. Well, I'm raising a little
you
girl.
make 'em look
No,
bad.
they make me
Making 'em
look
look
bad
bad.
out here.
Yeah.
And that has been a detriment to not just our society, just society in general. Because men not dealing with emotion, they hide it. So what happens is you got addictions,
Okay.
alcohol, drugs, anger, violent tendencies. Because it has to manifest itself in another way.
Okay.
You just can't
'Cause it's
hold it
there.
in. It's there.
Yeah.
And you don't have a chance to release it like, man, don't cry. Okay. But then you end up with a heart attack. Then the stress starts to eat at you. Then you start to suffer physically and health-wise.
You don't cry, you like fight or do something violent. You get drunk and you rage out or something like that.
Exactly. And then you raise your kid, if you're raised that way, mama, nah. But men don't do that. Men don't do that. Man. And so now the kid's like, I can't come with any emotional stuff with my kid, with my dad, because he gonna call me a sucker. You soft with a capital T.
Yeah.
As a kid, as a young boy, you want to hear that. You want to be like, if your role model is telling you that you're soft, I can't be soft. So now your emotions get pushed down. So you start to act differently, and that carries on when you move forward in life, get older in life, and that's what happens in relationships. So you may like this young lady, you may care a lot about her, but I can't get emotional about it, because that's gonna show me soft. I don't want to be no sucker.
It's gonna show the weakness.
So now, she hurts you. Believe it or not, a lot of guys are hurt when a woman hurts. When a woman hurts a man, that dude is hurt,
What do you mean, believe it or not? Oh, we know.
and we hurt.
Probably every last one of them over the age of 24 is broken, hurt. You got hurt once when you was 16. I ain't never gonna love again. What?
Because
What are you doing?
we weren't taught to deal with the emotion. That's the part. Your mama
I
can
ain't
deal with
broke
the
your
emotion
heart
with
at
you.
14 and you talking about something. Nah, I ain't gonna have no more girlfriends. What are you talking about, sir? That was how many years ago?
And
Please
that's
love again.
but that's not knowing how to deal with the emotion. But the thing is, we think we can just learn to get around it. You don't learn to get around it. You have to learn to deal with it. Because if
I
you
just
deal with
learned
it,
another woman. A lot of them, they just move on.
and what happens is they keep making the same mistakes. Probably know guys, like I know some guys who keep getting the same type of woman, and they keep saying, why it don't work out? But then from afar, I see it's the same chick that you dated 20 years ago.
Yeah, the one that broke your heart 20 years ago. You kept finding her over and over and over, and over again.
And over.
Yeah.
And then mess around, have a baby by her.
No, you had baby by a few of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
now you got
They're
to deal
all
with
the
that.
same girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Different
most
faces,
people
same.
only date the same type of person.
And I don't even understand it. If you know that type of person brings distress in your life, pain in your life, anger in your life,
No, there's some bit of pleasure.
but is it worth
There's
it?
some bit of pleasure. I don't know, but there's got to be pleasure present. You
Damn.
don't attract that same type of person. See, we see all that you're speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
Behind closed doors,
Mm-hmm.
there's that twinkle in their eyes. There's some bit of pleasure there.
Wow.
Has to be.
But at
Has
some
to
point, wouldn't you want to grow past
be.
that?
Yeah.
So you just accept?
Just a little bit of pleasure as
God
opposed to a thriving
damn.
lifestyle. Absolutely.
Wow. That means you got some work to do. And here's the other thing. This could be a controversial, very
Let's go with
controversial
it.
situation. I'm going to say this to y'all. There's more than just church. You need therapy. So you just can't pray on this shit and then, oh, Lord, it's going to get better. It ain't. You're going to stay fucked up until you realize that you have to do the work. You can't just pray that shit upon a star and wish that the man from above, a woman from above, touch upon your soul and tell you what the right thing shit is. Lay your goofy ass on the couch with somebody and talk that shit out. Lord, help those who help themselves. Help your goddamn self. I had to say that because so many goddamn people talk about, I prayed, I left on the altar and all that shit.
He just meant y'all got to do the work. That's all. That's
Stop goddamn praying to every goddamn body and do the goddamn work. Because I keep hearing people, I prayed on it and and it's still the same. Motherfucker, you got to do more than just pray on it.
It's like before you read the Bible, you're supposed to pray for clear mind and to read it right with
Yes.
clarity, right?
Yes.
You still
Yes.
got to do the work. You
Yes.
still got to read the information there in order to know it. Yeah. Other
Yes.
words, you pray, absolutely. Pray for strength, but still do the work.
And that's the hard part. Nobody wants to do the work. And what we talk about with men raising the kids, it's all about doing that work. And a lot of these guys, a lot of guys, I may be another controversial thing. A lot of guys don't like going to church. You get forced to church. When you're little, they drag your ass out every Sunday,
Or you
sitting
would
in there.
sit there. Mom
Yes.
went to work and she told you, you and your brothers, y'all clothes right there. Y'all put them clothes on and you walk to church.
And you go to church, so you get Sunday school, Bible school, after school, all the other school related to Bible.
know.
And over time, when you get older, you're like, I ain't trying to do that. It's just a lot. Because to me, growing up is like, okay, but you're saying the same old thing. But yet, problem is, you see people come to church every Sunday. But yet you see them on weekends and stuff, act like anybody else.
Yeah.
I know one time, I'm going to tell y'all some secrets. One time I was in a club, and I was doing I was smacking ass. So I was in the club slapping ass, and damn if I wouldn't look over
I
there
don't
and
even know what that means. I'm going to just leave it right there. Damn that. You ain't going to involve me in that.
I was in there slapping ass, and I looked over and damn I didn't see a deacon at the church.
Okay.
And he was over there slapping ass. So I was thinking,
human?
is that Deacon No,
like ass?
I'm going to use Deacon Brown. Deacon Brown over there slapping ass. I said, oh, shoot. So then he glanced over at me. I glanced over at him. I threw my head. He threw a head.
Yeah.
And, and this
nah.
particular Sunday was Easter Sunday. So I knew I couldn't be in the
that's
club
sad.
for so long.
That's sad.
I had to roll out about 4 because I know, it's 6 o'clock going to, Easter service. So I had to leave at 4. Kind of get down the road. I had to slap your ass. Clack, 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 clack. All right, girl. Hail Mary to you, full of grace. And then I had to do the road, get changed up, get the smoke smell off me, get the liquor off me.
Yeah.
Sitting in church. And goddamn who's sitting in church with me?
Deacon Brown?
Deacon Brown.
All right, now.
Deacon Brown was in there, had the Bible in his hand, talking about
They
Lord.
was there for
Listen,
that sunrise service. Good morning.
good morning. Hello. We sure was. We walked to church, he looked at me, threw my head up. There's no need for me to know.
Go ahead
I
now.
knew he knew, the Lord knew it, no need for that. But he was in there, he was preaching the word.
Yeah, and you was receiving the word.
I was receiving the word too.
Wow.
And he was the word and the money. The word and the money. Because I walked to him, dapped him up, smelled him real good. I said, damn. I said, did you take a shower? He said, didn't have time. He changed his gear. Gear was in the car.
Yeah, he ain't had time now.
Didn't have time.
Yeah.
But he was putting hands on everybody, it's
Yeah.
Easter Sunday and
Yeah, it was a
everything.
little blessing, yeah.
Yeah,
They
so-
appreciate it still, either way.
Yeah. So again, you have to do the work yourself because again, those same dudes up there doing that, they're men.
Imperfect.
We are imperfect people. So
And
that
your
means
journey is a personal journey.
it's personal. It's not up to your mama or anybody else. You want to always be a better person.
Right.
So as a male, you want to strive to be better. Again, people who, like I said before in one of the earlier podcasts, your parents raised you the best way they could based on where they came from. And was some things great? Yeah. Was some things really bad? Yeah. So it's up to you at that
They
point.
sucked at some things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to say, okay, I'm not going to push this forward. So that also means you have to make decisions before you have kids. Again, this is a decision. Like, do I want to get tied up with this person? You know the dude is messed up when you first met him.
You do
know.
have to sit back and say, I know a lot of things about this joker at this point. Do
Yes.
I really want to do this for a lifetime? Like, really? Is this really about to be my life for a lifetime?
Really.
Uh-huh.
And we know because for us, it's kind of like we're in it for the fun and games. You good girl, you're a nice lady, you know, all that. And we're going to learn to get to that point, but it's going to take steps. Now, the moment you have a baby, it changes everything. Now I'm like, oh, and like I said before, it changes things. And if I'm not grown enough or I haven't done the work to say, let me be mature enough to say this may not work out and I have to raise this child, help raise this child because you're our team, you're our foundation. She's going to be dating other people. I'm going to be dating other people. I need to get my feelings around that. I'm cool with that because I can't tell her to stop doing what she's doing because I'm doing the same thing too. So you have to be grown enough to say, make the changes and do what you need to do because I have to be the best version of myself for my child.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
And it's unfortunate, and that's why what we're seeing in today's society is the worst version of parenting, because a lot of them, you think about it, you got a lot of women who are basically heading the household. They got to work 2-3 jobs just to keep the roof over their head. The child support may be so small that that's barely even keep gas in the car.
I mean, some of the men perhaps think that the child support is so large that that's what's allowing them to maintain a single woman lifestyle. With your child support, more than one child, and a full-time job as a mom, a full-time job as a woman.
Yeah, but
you probably earn a decent amount of money to where you actually don't. What's the new thing going around to where the woman doesn't need a man?
Yeah, which is also the independence thing.
So that's why you see the woman who maintains the head of the household, as opposed to at some point relinquishing that head of household back to a man. Because technically, your job inside of a home as a woman, it's never to be the head of the household.
No.
Like, if your man goes down for a little bit and you have to step into that arena and kind of feel, a few things that he did while he's down, then absolutely that's your role. But for a woman to have the kind of the weight on her shoulders for a lifetime is unnatural.
Yeah.
And not to say we break, because we do break, but not in the way that most people would, associate with the breaking point, right? You still hold very strong, but you become very, I want to say like leather-like, right? Like just conditioned and very thick skin, hard to become vulnerable again, hard to take off that boss-ish mentality. That's the broken point, when you can't kind of take it off.
Yeah, that's true, because you have to, because to them, I have to be everything.
Yeah.
I have to be everything to everybody, and
I had to
nothing
be the
to
protector.
myself.
I had to be the provider. I had to be, and if you wear that for too long, because you're not supposed to.
No.
But you know that you will not fail for this child's sake.
You can't, because
you cannot.
You can't depend on the other person, which again goes back to responsibility. You, as a father, you should say, I'm responsible no matter what. I don't care what's going on. I have to be there. I have to be there for the good, the bad, and the ugly, because it's my job to put in my essence into this child also.
Absolutely. And that is deep right there. When I had my son was young, right? Just one. He would bop from grandparent to grandparent, and then back to grandparent, back to the grandparent. And when I say grandparent to grandparent, I mean maternal, and then the dad's parents. And I'd be like, because after a while, they're gonna have the essence of the grandparents, as opposed to, because again, the father's role inside that household, he works a lot. And so you're not really catching the essence of dad too much, because he's at work and you're at the grandparents' house.
Yep.
And then even mine, because he's gone so much. And so you do kind of have to take a step back and say, hold on, I need to be pouring the most into this child, so that this child is truly reflective of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to take that time. It's a sacrifice. People don't understand that.
Okay.
You have to sacrifice some of yourself.
A lot of yourself.
To do this.
Yes.
And that means if you don't date selfish dudes and don't date selfish women.
Yeah.
Because, and I say that because when you start seeing that's that person, and you think, oh, I could change it. No, that's that person. And if you have a baby, oh, you can forget it. Because right now, it's always going to be about them. Yeah. And to them, it's like, why? They're going to look in your pocket. Oh, I give you this one. Why you need anything from me? Because I give you enough. But he don't understand what it takes to run your house.
That's the pointer, right? You trying to count what happens here. Nah, count your own. Because like you say, you don't know what it takes to run another person's household.
Nope. Sure
Absolutely.
Don't. And you make that mistake all the time. And who suffers?
The
kids suffer. I don't know why the hell nobody seems to forget that. It's like y'all in your emotions, y'all in your feelings, y'all in all that bullshit. Ultimately, when you have a kid, you have to make sure that you put that shit aside. Ego goes aside, and you make sure that y'all do what's best for the kids, however many you have, because it's your responsibility. It's not the world's responsibility, not your grandparents' responsibility. Figure that shit out.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to, read what you should have, or you like what he should have. Well, listen, that kid should be able to come to both places and be able to do what he wants to do. Be able to, for instance, you may not have cable in your house, but I got cable in my house. But then I'm like, well, how does this kid get this work done if you don't have any cable, no internet, no nothing? Well, you're like, I can't afford it. Now, as a parent, you're like, do I talk to her about not having that stuff in our house? But then I'm like, you know what? If the kid has to come here and spend more time to get stuff done, come here and get stuff done, because I'm supposed to help you. I'm supposed to help the baby. And by helping the baby helps you, even though we ain't going together, even though we ain't got a relationship, but we got this baby here together, and it's our job to take care of it. It's not just, she ain't, well, I don't know what to do when you go back to your mom. I don't know what. I don't want to tell you. But you have to work together. Then you'll grow out and have a healthier kid. So to me, it's about, you have to know, well, first of all, you have to know yourself. Know what weaknesses you have, things emotional. Where are you?
I think that for a lot of people, you walk into a relationship thinking that you know yourself, and then a breakup brings something out of you that you just weren't familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
You'll start off signing your kids up for Pee-wee softball, and he'll be doing a Monday night, and then you got him Wednesday night, and then y'all will be co-parenting, like y'all got this, like yin and yang. And then as soon as y'all split up, don't nobody know, I can't pick him up on Thursday nights, that.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, neither one of y'all got time.
No, because now my life has changed now, because we ain't together now.
Yeah.
So you figure it out, and then I'll figure it out.
Then I'll figure it out on my weekends.
But in the end,
you got your kid on the weekends,
on the weekend.
You don't got him for after school activities. I don't get it.
Exactly.
I don't get it. Where is this parenting? Like, when like, how much parenting is enough parenting? Because last time I checked, my father picked up the phone whenever he wanted to. Hello, Samara, what's going on? What you ain't doing? What your grades looking like? Like,
it never
whatever.
Stops.
Yeah, you
it
always
never stops. That's the other thing
in their life.
People keep thinking like, once you get over 18, well, I'm good. No, it don't end at 18.
I need you more.
Because now you enter a range of life that you're not familiar with.
It can be very dangerous too.
Very
Especially
dangerous.
Especially that, what is it, 18 to 22?
Oh,
yeah.
Very dangerous, because now you got influences that will pop in, and if your parents raised you decently enough, you would know how to make 95% of your decisions. Right decisions, correct decisions.
Or you'll at least know how to reference someone when you're uncertain in a decision.
There you go. And that's why you have to build that relationship with both parents. So, because these little people grow up. If you don't put the work in them, why do you think they're going to come to you after 18? You ain't do it from 0 to 17.
Or what makes you think you can approach them at that age?
Oh, no. They're going to tell you quick. At that point, they're grown. And then your feelings hurt. Well, I can't believe I did the best I can. No, you didn't.
Dad come talking to me about drinking, and like, me and Dad don't talk about drinking.
I ain't talking to you about nothing. You ain't, in fact, you barely bought me clothes. You barely did anything with me. And then you can talk to me about drinking. And, man, you better get the hell up out of here. And then his feelings hurt. I can't believe it. Her feelings are hurt. Yeah, but you didn't foster that relationship. So here's what we are, player.
Yeah.
So, again, be better goddamn parents. Be better fathers. Be better mothers. Just be better people.
So what happens when the guy's life is made hard? Meaning you have parented your child, you did a good job, the relationship with you and let's say the wife or maybe I didn't get married, the girlfriend goes foul, right? Something between y'all didn't go well. Perhaps she cheated, perhaps you cheated, perhaps y'all both cheated, but either way, y'all both decided to go y'all separate ways very mutually, okay? Now, in most situations, the woman has the child naturally. Generally speaking, in a marriage, y'all break up, go separate ways, the mom keeps the child. There's normally not a custody agreement in the beginning, right? So you kind of see your kids whenever you want to see your kids, sort of thing. But what happens while the mother's raising her children? she starts to put lies into the child's head, kind of turning the dynamic away from the dad, who was once a present father, a very present father, but naturally, slowly but surely, he will become distant because he's trying to reroot himself, right? The woman was left in a very rooted situation, and yes, she's rebuilding herself, but she's not seeking a home. You know, she's not seeking a new place to set up. There's some things that are still steady to the woman, right? So the man tends to kind of get a little more distant from the child because naturally the relationship had always been distant, right?
Exactly.
We spoke about that earlier. But what happens when the woman puts like just blatant falsities?
See, that means she has to deal with her pain. Because what she's basically doing is reflecting on what didn't work out with them, and basically, either consciously or subconsciously, want that pain, someone else to take on that pain, but still dealing with it and putting it back in the back. You want the kid, because think of it, the kid reminds you of the relationship. Every day you wake up and look at that kid, it reminds you of the relationship.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of women they don't say it, but it's the truth. You see that person, the relationship went bad, you still see a part of that person in this child. So if you lash out the kid or you try to turn the kid, it's because you want that person to feel the pain that you're feeling.
You do. Yeah.
And it's not healthy for anybody. It's not healthy for the woman because, again, you're not putting that in this proper perspective and saying it was a decision. It happened. Let's move forward. Let's move on. Let's carry my life forward rather than I got this baby that's going to constantly remind me of a bad relationship and everything went wrong with it. And, I'm going to turn her against it. I want everybody to hate him. I hate him, so I need her to hate him too. I need her to hate herself because I hate who part of her is, who she is. That's some serious mental.
I mean, it happens.
All the time.
It happens.
Yep.
A lot of times I see the men they get exhausted by the situations. And I mean, for some of the men, I didn't even know exhaustion could be met for them.
Mental, because again, we don't speak it.
You all
it's
are
here.
those physical workhorses. So for someone to see the males reach a point of exhaustion, I don't even know how to respond to it. Because you're such a superhero, right? And it could be a friend, it could be a cousin, it could be a brother. Any male who you feel like you know them, you know their work ethic, you know the type of guy they are. Guys like girls, right?
Yeah.
And so you can always believe that, perhaps you played a certain type of role inside of your relationship that perhaps I'm not necessarily aware of. But as far as who you are as a man and the dynamics that you had between you and your child, that was at least what we would assume was solid. And then to see you reach a point of exhaustion, it messes like a good girl. It messes your mindset up because you're
It does.
What just happened? So you're not allowed to just split? Y'all two can't go y'all separate ways and why your sons don't want to call you no more?
It gets so bad. There's people today who are walking around who are really grown children. They're not grown men or women. They're grown children because emotionally they haven't come to grips with different things or push it away or use different things to not get in your head because it's better to push it back than to really deal with it because you have to deal with something that you as a kid can't answer. Because you're a kid. You're just like, hey, I just want somebody to take care of me, feed me, feed my mind, feed my body, feed my soul. But then y'all two can't even have a real conversation about cussing each other out. So now I'm the guy and the person in the middle because she mad because I look like him. He mad because she want more money or whatever he's going through. But no one steps back and say, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we really doing? We have to look at what's best. We have to be mature. Let's grow up. Let's put this shit on the side and work a plan. Whatever the plan is, you have to work a plan. And that's the thing. Do a plan. So it's not the Bible, but it's something workable. We can change it. We can do some things. So at least you're not putting it all on one. And
Right.
and the baby will also grow up and see that, hey, if something doesn't work, I had two functional parents, two functional human beings, two functional
That's too
adults.
much like right. Yeah.
And then when you
Like
get together, or when the kid goes, I wonder where the kid learned that from. Your goofy
you.
ass. You
Yeah.
taught them how to
Yeah.
quickly get out of situations.
So now they miserable. Next generation.
You're gonna pass that curse to the next
Mhm.
goddamn generation
Mhm.
because you weren't grown enough. You
Mhm.
refused. Your little feelings got hurt, and now
Mhm.
you're gonna drag that shit
And now
onto
you're
the
the
next.
only grandparent that they relying on too. Look at that. Now
Mm.
you try to keep the kids away from him and his family. No, don't bring that
No,
nonsense.
no, and don't
I'm
do that.
just saying, because when you want to cut the man out of the kid's life,
Hmm.
you're not calling up his mama talking about, oh, hey, I wanted to go out this weekend. Can you watch? No, you trying to put all that burden off on your mother now.
Yep,
And
you sure
how
are.
long she going to be watching them kids?
That,
She
that-
going to look at you real quick, real sideways.
Real
even though she
crazy.
taught you that behavior.
Yep,
She instilled that behavior
Mhm.
in you.
yep.
Shit, and nobody trying to ride, especially in this day and age.
No.
Grandmas is hip. They're trying to kick it.
Yeah, they ain't trying to sit around and put the moo on
Nope.
and
They're
feed.
not raising your kids. They're not teaching your
Nope.
children how to read. They're not
Nope.
potty training. Well, remember grandparents used to potty train the
Yes,
kids? Well, used to
yes.
teach them how to read. Now you got
Tie
to
their
sign them up.
shoes, all that stuff, yes.
Now you got to sign them up for early learning education.
Nope.
That used to be grandma's job.
Sure did. And she'll
And she
slap
used to
your
be a
damn
pro
hand
at it.
if you didn't. If you don't, I learned how to write so well because I got slapped on the hands
You
a few
got
times.
a lot of beatings. That's number one.
I was a badass little kid. The very cultured young man you see right here wasn't so cultured a long time ago. I used to be a goddamn hellion, goddamn it.
Man, oh man. Like, ah,
Yeah.
take that. Like, no. Yeah, to us, that's like if you put your hands in your hair while you're getting it done. That comb come across those knuckles. Yeah, that's as far as we got now.
Yeah.
They ain't play with that.
But it's like, again, everybody they have to grow up, and again, start the day. It's never too late. Everybody, oh, I'm too old. No, the only time you're too old is when you're dead. When you're dead, it's over. It's finished. So up until that day happens, you can change anything you want to change. You just have to make that decision to make the necessary changes, and it's not going to be easy.
That's the other part. People want stuff to be easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted it to be easy, you should have started it and kept it right where you started at proper. Yeah, that's when it was easy.
Nothing
It
is
was
easy.
easy when you was wooing that girl. That was the easy part, right?
Exactly.
It was easy when that child was an infant. You missed all the easy opportunities.
Yep, you sure
Because
did.
for a lot of us, it is easy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, it's a walk in the park.
Mm.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Until kid grows up, situations changes financially,
Mm-hmm.
socially. Then you want to get it back out there in the world, and then, like I said, then you get into the whole point. You also want to date other people, and that's another thing. But that shouldn't even come into play. I don't care who you date,
Yeah.
as long as you take care of that
But you
baby.
do care. At least he cares.
Yeah, because now
That's
again,
the weird part.
because emotionally you haven't grown up. You're still a boy. You're still a girl. And until that happens, a child. You are a broken child. You're a 45-year-old broken ass child. You should be shame your goddamn self.
Yeah.
Whining and crying and shit. Do better.
Yeah.
Do better. And then ask. If you need help, ask. Don't sit there and wallow in your own. If you're crazy and you wallow in your own mind, you're never gonna get an answer. Why? Because you're gonna keep. It's
Going
like
in a
a hamster
circle.
on the wheel. You're just going back and forth, round and round.
Advising yourself of nothing.
And
Yeah.
you got to say, hey, I need help. I need assistance. Ask somebody. Call somebody. See somebody. Whether it's a pastor, a priest, a neighborhood barber, or somebody. So at least somebody gives you another perspective. But you got to get out your head. Get
Yeah.
that shit out your head. Because you're not making anybody happy. You're not making anybody happy. You ain't making yourself happy. And if you're not happy, everything around you going to be unhappy. And then you have to accept it like, well, I guess I need to do something. Or don't. It's up to you. It's your life.
Ben knew you needed to do something.
Ben.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I see a lot of guys who, on their weekends to receive kids, they like to immerse themselves in other households, meaning they go to their auntie's house, they go to their mom's house. They want to kind of, find someone to help entertain the child,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like fill up the home, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about that?
If he realizes that he lacks the necessities necessary to raise a proper kid, yes, he should be going to somebody's house, but he has to be there. He just can't drop him off and say, "Oh, here's your nephew. Here you go. Here's your niece." No, he needs to be there. He needs to see how they interact and what's going on.
God in the situation.
Yes, because again, you dropping them off, you gonna play basketball or go gaming. That's not helping your relationship.
I can't say that I see them doing that, but definitely just kind of immersing themselves with more family than, sitting a child at home in their apartment by themselves. So, because again, it's a little bit weird to kind of just be at dad's home, it's just dad there.
Exactly.
For the weekend. He don't have no girlfriend to play. I can't even paint her fingernails. I can't put eyeshadow on.
That's
like,
true.
I don't want to be doing dad's toenails. They smell weird.
Come on, Dad. That's very goddamn true. Yeah. And so he has to have. That's where the village come in. You need to have someone who's got some sense. Yeah. You can't take your kid to cousin Day Day and them shit because
they senseless.
Yes, okay. They're crazy. But
so be mindful.
You got to. Yeah. They'll be playing trap music. They putting extenders and guns. You're going all that.
All with your kids too.
Sipping syrup and every goddamn thing.
Son, they be like, "Nah, let him hold it though. Let him hold it."
You gotta learn how to hold that shit. You gotta learn that shit and make sure you put that clip on. So, put it on right.
Yeah.
No, you don't want that. You don't want them to. You want to drive by and say, "That's your crazy ass daddy, cousin daddy, and them live right over there." As you drive by, and then you go to your mama house, your aunt house. And you be there with them, and you want to see how they interact because that gives that kid another dimension.
Absolutely.
So, they work.
And this is family.
Yes, it's family.
Yes, this is family.
Don't take it to your girlfriend's house. Don't drop it off at your boy house. Take them to family so they can understand the relationships you have because that all helps them grow too.
Yes.
So you have to be cognizant of that. You have to be aware of what you're doing. You can't just do it just to do it. You have to be aware of what you're doing. Certain things you can't do around your kids. Certain you can't have as a guy. You can't have women coming in and out the house. Every time you come to daddy's house, there's another person in the house. After a while, you're like,
just call them all Christina. After a while,
yeah, it don't matter because you're gonna be here. They all look alike, but the same.
Hey, Christina. Hey, Christina.
Yes.
I mean, if I was a girl and my dad had lots of women, random, I'd call them my mother name. I'd be a smart ass. Something dumb. Hey, I'll call them my name.
Yeah, see,
because messed all their head up.
See, and now he be like, "Lance, see, you trying to be all in my world, trying to make my world look bad. I can't have that." Then you gonna probably have that conversation, but then that's really not conversation he should be having.
See, I like the challenge.
See, and he should know that you, as a man, you don't want to have a bunch of women come in your house because then if she starts doing that, I saw that at your house, Daddy. Remember all the women you had in that house?
Yeah.
Do as I say, not as I do. No, they look at that.
I do what I saw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you now have to be aware of that. Everything you do, you have to be aware. You have to do, how you dress, what you say, music you listen to, because that all influences these kids. Because that's what they soak up. They don't soak up what you think they soak up. Well, I told them this. You sit back and look at the time you don't smoke weed, but you always smoking weed. Or don't drink alcohol, but you're drinking alcohol.
I think it's also important to show the children that you're supposed to act different ways in different places and different spaces around different people.
If that person understands it. Do you know some people don't know how to become a chameleon? Some people, I want to be 101 all the time. No. You can't be 100.
Or you don't bite your lip ever.
Yeah, no.
What? Get out. You don't bite my lip ever. Please leave.
You got to go. Because
please leave. That's the phrase that kills. And it's always, I'm sorry. I got a sister like that, but still.
I keep it 100. I don't care where it is. The pastor, I'm going to cuss his ass out. No, you got to cuss the pastor out. You ain't got to do that.
You don't got to cuss the pastor.
Damn, don't cuss him out. He's just driving by.
It's so inappropriate. You do have to, bite your lips some places. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm not talking around my homegirls how I'm talking around my grandmother.
No, I know.
That's just too much.
And when you have people like that, you have to not be around people like that. And you got to bring your kids around people like that. And telling you, their older aunts and shit, talking about, when I was young, I used to get real nasty out in these streets.
Done. Wow.
I got real nasty out here. You see, I drop it like it's hot before they could drop it like it's hot.
Yeah.
Hey, like, you're 75 years old. I don't want to see you got a bad knee. You got a goddamn hip replacement surgery, back replacement surgery. I want to hear how you dropped it like it's hot.
Yeah.
I don't even have that vision in my mind about that
Inches
shit.
in your mouth and everything.
Yeah, sideways and shit. I don't want to hear that. So no. Be careful when you take. Be careful who you take your kids to. Don't take to your trifling ass goddamn relatives. Show them like a zoo. Drive by, say, oh, trifling, have a little name tag. Trifling, and then point to them. And keep it moving. You ain't going to stop by and see all that shit. Zoo. Because you don't need to say that shit. I don't want to show no kids that bullshit. You're going to see that shit in the streets. You're going to see that in everyday life. I don't want to show that. And all of a sudden, aren't they off the hook? Yes, you're off the hook. That's why I ain't inviting you to her goofy ass house.
You cannot hide the kids from the crazy part. You
got
just
to
don't immerse them with them for long.
Listen, they kids, when they see that. Listen, when I was raising my son, I said, you ain't going to see none of these crazy ass people because they're crazy.
You ain't going to see
They're
none
crazy.
of them?
They are like the zoo. You walk by the zoo and say, Niggers, economics. Oh, that's what they are. That's what they look like. See you over there? Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because it's easy. Behind the cage, you throw them something, throw a 40-ounce at them, and there you go, and you let them fight for it. And he's like, that's how it look like. And you just walk on the way and find one of the other good ones. you find all the good ones. And y'all know y'all got them. Y'all got ignorant ass family members. You like right now looking at me like, cousin such and such, uncle such and such. But it's good for the kids to see them. So they know when they see it in their mind, oh, that's Negro economics.
Okay.
Move on.
Okay.
But
yeah,
that's what you do.
But immerse them too heavily with the crazy folks, naturally. Yeah. They don't want to be around kids no way. That's the other part.
No, they do crazy stuff to make sure you ain't around the kids and everything. Yeah. And they always want to come on and give your aunt a hug.
Yeah.
She's like bacon grease and fart. Oh, no. No, so, I can't do that. Can't do it. And so you gotta be careful. All this part of raising kids. You know, you got
careful the influencers.
No, you know they are. You know who they are. In fact, you know who they are when you were little. You know, they're crazy when I was little. You just gotten crazier. You're just older. You now at their age, you're like, God damn, they're still crazy.
You stayed away from them when you were a
child.
Hell
yeah.
And you know you did.
I know I did. I look around. Oh shit, there's such and such
over there to such and such house.
No, because that's bad habit.
Yeah.
When the 4-year-old is rolling the blunts, you don't want to take them over there. I mean, a good blunt runner. I mean, good blunt roller too.
Skills like immaculate at 4.
Snoop gonna hire him in about another 10 years.
People still trying to learn. Wow.
They got down to a science. You can pull your drink and roll a joint. 4.
Wow.
Don't know ABCs, but they can roll that joint.
I told you because Grandma used to teach them how to read. Grandma's is different nowadays.
Exactly.
Can't teach no ABCs.
None. Oh, let's go to the ABC store down in North Carolina and pick up some liquor. That's about it. They know that. Oh, it's ABC store. Yep, that's it. They're down in North Carolina. So, yeah, but again, they just people just have to do better. They just have to really step outside themselves and grow up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think though still, I want to say the fault a lot of times is on the male because he doesn't lead that situation that he initiated in leading. Now all of a sudden the woman leaves out of the house. Sometimes you allow her to go file paperwork. Do you even file paperwork again? Like you just don't do the work. Sometimes it looks like a lot of the guys.
Nope, men will not do the work because think about it. Who teaches them? If you
who taught us?
Well, if you
who taught us to get up and say I'm fed up, I'm leaving him, I'm tired? Ain't nobody taught us that.
No,
I'm going down to the courthouse. My mama taught me how to file this paperwork.
No, because back then it's different.
None of that. They stayed together.
And you see how miserable they look. You know, you saw a lot of older ones and they were together. And in some cases, they weren't even married. They were just together.
Yeah,
and you look at them like, God damn, y'all 17 kids for 45 years. Y'all never got married. And it's our necessity. It's like, I got 17 kids. Been together this long. Just hang around.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you have to go through that. Women today say, hey, I don't got to live like this. I don't want to live like this. I know I'm not wasting all my good years with this bum.
Yeah.
But you knew he was a bum. The thing is, you knew he was a bum.
He was a bum with potential.
With potential. Do you know how many people have lived and died based on potential?
I mean, most people love a good bum with potential. I mean, I'm just saying.
You said a good bum with potential.
Yeah.
But
that
then
means that when I saw him, I was like, yeah, you ain't got no job, but you used to have a job. Oh nah, he got he got an interview next week. Nah, I'm gonna go home with him.
how many interviews have you had in about the past 10 years? You know what people you meet?
forgot to ask that part.
See,
You forgot to ask that part. You
Or-
forgot
or-
to ask that part.
or he could tell
was
you.
excited for the next interview.
he could tell you,
Yeah.
I'm a rapper. I'm an up-and-coming rapper.
And he's a rapper with an interview. So you like, what? We gonna be going on tour too?
To where? In the backyard?
I'm being messy. I'm sorry.
See? So you literally ask for this. People ask for what they get. It's like you know
Love
that.
is, Eve said it best. Love is blind. I
Yes.
didn't ask for a hard knock life. I just forgot how to prevent it. That's what it was. And then you were supposed to lead me. So if I messed up, went to the courts, filed these papers, and said, I'm so angry you ain't going to see your kid again, you were supposed to like do something different.
But how am I gonna do something
You're
different?
supposed to file opposite paperwork and be like, no, give me that baby. You don't want to do the right stuff? Give me the child.
But see, this is because of how you're brought up. If you're not brought up in that mindset, you're not gonna think to do that. To you, it's like, oh shoot, nobody never told me, and she's gonna take. That's work I gotta do.
Yeah.
I can pay. I can pay a little money.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain extent, I just kind of feel like a lot of men just kind of stop right where it's at, shove over the money, complain about it like there's nothing more that can be done.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Nothing what he wants to do.
no, you can file for your own like full time like. You
But
don't
that's
wanna
cutting into
get
my
full
life.
time? You don't want to part like.
I'd
you don't
rather
want
pick
to
him up.
see him no more. Yeah, you got to
Pick
pick
'em
him
up.
up at the school.
Pick him
Yeah.
up.
You
Look
gotta
at.
feed them. Yeah, you don't want to feed them or you don't want to do their laundry. Yeah, you got to do a little activity too. Don't forget.
Hey, gotta get
'Cause
that.
JoJo got tutoring.
Shit.
Yeah, we got to do a little Kumon tutoring. Then you got to take him on the other side of town because he got baseball practice, okay?
God
Yeah,
damn.
and then after that, he also got physical therapy. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, he got violin.
Now, see, at this point, we're gonna do a DNA test because my kid doing too much. I don't think my kid can be doing all that.
Our kids wear blazers, so you already know they're overachievers. Don't forget that.
That's
Don't you dare
true.
Forget that.
God damn.
Yeah, they're overachievers.
That's true. That's very
Yeah.
true. So
you don't want to do the full-time thing? Because that's what I do. And don't forget to have a snack in the back because all this ripping and running, they hungry. And you can't feed
All
my kid
the
any other
time.
thing because they only eat organic.
God damn.
Yeah,
See,
that's
and
the
that's
type
what
of
you asked
super
for.
mom that's out here.
That is true.
Are you about that life? And I just feel
And-
like for the
oh.
most part,
That's a lot.
yeah, just
That's-
not
that's
signing
us
up for
asking a
everything
lot.
that mom's willing to do.
Yeah, and then that means I have to change my life, which means I have to change
You
my life.
basically don't have a life.
Well, see, now you
That's
about to
sort
give
of
me
what
some
that
work that I
means.
really didn't ask for because I thought I'd just show up, give a few dollars,
Because
Pat him on the
normally that's
head.
what dads do, right?
Yeah, and-
let them keep on moving.
keep moving. Then when you
Yeah.
get older, then I can take over after that point because
Yeah.
at that point you about
So
to be at
keep
the
your
house.
wife happy wife, happy life. Yeah.
There you go.
And
And
then
then
you
then
can
of course,
parent
you know, if
in
I can
your
pay
role.
child support by the time he's 18, then good. I ain't got to really deal with you no more at that point. I can just deal with him or her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and
But
then
did
that's
you
real.
create the proper relationship.
Ooh. Well,
the
that's the
time they
problem.
turn
Why
18.
you probably need to be there because I don't think you should show up at the senior. When you're about to graduate as a senior,
Nah,
and
nah,
talk about,
they
hey,
normally mad
daddy,
as hell.
I'm daddy here, because
They
then
normally mad as hell.
oh, they're gonna be tremendously mad
Yeah.
because they're gonna start bringing where the hell
Where
were
you been
you all this other time, and they don't want to hear well your mama. They go, no, you could have called mama, you could have done anything,
Yeah,
but you
because
didn't.
aren't you bigger and badder than her?
You're supposed to be.
I would let my large, strong father ever tell me that my small, petite mother did something to stop him from coming to see me. Oh, I'm gonna feel like I could fight him then. I feel like I could take
Yeah.
you on then. Because me and my mother about the same size, so you telling me she could have crushed you? Oh, nah, daddy, let's go. Because something ain't right here. What could my mother possibly do to you to make you not show up? I just be confused on life as a child.
And
Especially
that,
the type of teenager I was. I already showed y'all how I like to show my tail.
yeah, and
Yeah.
see, that's something that men need to really figure out, and they need to. It's just the role models. The role models aren't the normal role models or the role models that I had.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, they worked. You know, everybody was put food on the table, blah blah blah.
Because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like the weekend, the male being outside of the household or being in a home where he is pretty much single fathering is very unnatural.
And he doesn't know how to handle that.
The expectation, that's put on him. If he doesn't have another home that this child can come into this home on the weekends type of thing,
Yep.
then the expectation that's put on the father as far as his role as parenting, it's not necessarily a natural role anymore. That's the point that I think I'm trying to drive home.
Which means he now has to do this like a job.
Yeah.
He has to, when they come
now
this weekend.
You're basically babysitting.
Damn.
Yeah, your own child.
Oh, that's the worst.
For 48 hours.
Because you're going to take them back.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Which means you're going to have to do more as a father outside those 2 days or whatever you're supposed to see. Yeah. Which means you call that child every day.
Yes.
You check on him every day.
You have to.
You reach out to him.
Parenting just on a total different level
than
we've ever kind of seen before.
Yes.
Because so many people are parenting just like this. And like we said, once you get your heart broke, it's hard to be vulnerable again and start that family again.
And that means you need to get some therapy to get over that shit, because that heartache is one of many, many, many heartaches you're going to have in this journey called life. So if that one situation broke you, then it's a wrap for you. Then in that case, don't get a dog. Don't get a car, because they're going to bring situations. The dog, when you get used to him, he'll die. So, it's just, at this point, we just have to do better.
Yeah.
Just do better as fathers.
We're going to shout out to the fathers who are in those positions. We know it's hard.
Yeah, mad respect to you guys. Mad respect to you. And we know it's tough for you, but just keep pushing. Just keep pushing and find help. Find that village. Find the good people in the village, and keep pushing.
I think that's a good point to kind of wrap it up on, is to find your village, keep it pushing, take care of those babies, no matter what. And again, you're on the mic with
BM
and T. We'll see you next time.
Peace.